Alright, welcome to another episode of the Great Lakes Outdoor Project. Today we are in Michigan's Upper Peninsula, specifically in the Seney National Forest. Our plan for this trip is to do 3 days down the Manistique River in our kayaks here. It's going to be about 38 miles. Shouldn't be too bad the way we split it up. Sunday's going to be our short day. Alright, Manistique River. Here we go. Alright, well, according to my watch, we are 1.3 miles into the trip so far. This is still day one. First day we're planning around 18 miles. So far the current's taken us pretty quickly here, so I don't think time is going to be that big of a deal on this trip as it was on some of the slower rivers like Buffalo National River. We did not have a strong current, so kind of took a little bit longer, but we still made a good pace. What do you think so far, Alex?
It's a nice warm day. Great river. Probably gonna jump in a couple seconds. Cool off a little bit.
Or I'm gonna push them in.
Probably flip our kayaks for fun.
Yeah, for fun. So, anyways, still going strong, and breeze picked up, so that's nice too.
So this is gonna be the second time we try this, but this morning Ross and I went to a little local grocery store and we grabbed a couple steaks, just like we did last fall with Phil. So what I got going on is, since the water's so cold, put the steaks in a mesh bag, hung them off the kayak, trying to keep them cold. Unfortunately, there wasn't enough room for the beers, but at least it keeps the steak chillier and a bit more fresh, hopefully.
Alright, so we've done about 15 miles so far today. I wanted to be somewhere between 15 and 18 miles on the first day. So we're at least at the minimum point. Now we're going to start looking for a campsite, and it's kind of going to depend on how far we have to go to find something that's going to work for both a hammock and a tent. that's not going to be, in the mud. So as you can see from the shorelines, there's pretty heavy vegetation, so not too easy to get up there and gain access, so the spots are definitely going to be limited as to what we can use. So we'll start looking now, and I guess we'll see how long it takes for it to find a place suitable. Alright, so we ended up going about another 1.5 miles. Checked out another campsite, but didn't work out. Alex spotted this one, so we're going to take it. Looks like we got some flat area up here. He's going to be able to hang his hammock between those two. And I'll get my tent set up just past these trees over here. Alright, it's morning, day 2 here on our trip. Rough night last night. Mosquitoes out here are pretty bad. One just flew right in front of the camera. And a lot of wildlife activity. It was pretty cool. At the start of the night, we started to hear some wolves howling and yelping in the distance. But after that, as far as animals going through the woods behind us and going through the creek, it just kept us up like all night. Alright, just got the camp taken down. We're going to be starting our journey here a little bit later than we wanted to, but like we said, rough night last night, so we wanted to sleep in and kind of slow to start here. But hopefully do about 22 to 23 miles today. The weather looks like it's going to be nice. We're supposed to get thunderstorms, but not till Sunday. So hopefully we get a long paddle in today so that we don't have to paddle that much in the bad weather on Sunday. So here we go. Alright, we're about 9 miles in so far here on day number 2. Just pulled off on this beach area. We're going to go ahead and have some lunch now before we continue on our way. Looked like a really good spot, didn't want to pass it up. Alright, so just cooked lunch. Gonna cool off in the water a little bit. What are you doing there, Alex?
Just filtering some water with my Sawyer squeeze. I got this 1 gallon bag and the regular Sawyer squeeze. And it just attaches right to it, and it makes for a pretty easy water filtering solution.
Is this the first time you've used this system, or is this something you normally use?
This is what I normally use. I got this last summer, so a year ago, for Isle Royal, and it worked really well out there, and it continues to work really well.
Excellent. All right, we just finished up lunch, got the kayaks loaded back up. As you can see, maybe you can hear it, it's starting to get pretty windy. We might end up getting hit with that storm during the night, which is going to be unfortunate, but we've camped in storms before. We'll do it again. Probably about another 13 to 14 miles to do yet today, so I'm going to go ahead and get started on doing that. Alright, so we just came across this bridge and I have an idea. I would like to be able to put the camera up on there and have a shot of us going away from like an overhead to make it look like a drone took it, even though obviously I don't have a drone. I just use this little handheld point and shoot for my videos. So I think it'd be pretty cool. I gotta figure out a way to get up there now and set it up, and then hopefully a car going by doesn't stop and take my camera. So hopefully it works and the next shot is pretty cool. Alright, so we're still going. I don't know if you can see from these shorelines, but it's basically all really thick forest or really steep slopes, and then the other side of the river is a lot of private residences. So at least at this section that we're at, that hasn't been a problem before, but now towards the end of it, it is. We're not really finding anywhere to be able to set up camp this far downriver. So what might happen is we got like 3 to 4 miles left until we get to the state forest, state forest campground, which was going to be our pickup point for these kayaks for the company to come and get us. But we might just paddle all the way there and set up camp there, because we know there's going to be an area for us to set up camp. And then if it does storm, which from this wind that I'm getting is a good possibility, we won't have the kayak in the storm in the morning either. So it might make the most sense for us to do that. It's just a pain in the butt going there right now because of paddling up into the wind, and it's getting dark out. So kind of rolling the dice here, but I think that's what we're going to do. Alrighty, not much daylight left, but we found the Merwin Creek State Campground. So this is where we're going to stay for the night, and our ride will be here first thing in the morning to pick us up. Alright, so it's lightning in the background. Luckily, we got the camp set up in time. Take you around real quick. So we put up the kayaks over here, put a tarp over them, stake them down. Hopefully it'll keep them from getting wet, as you can see. Here comes the wind is just crazy out here. I ended up putting down the storm lines on my tent. So you can see one of the lines going this way, one of the lines going this way. I've never had to set them up before, but with the high winds that we're getting right now and all the lightning that I'm seeing up in the background behind me, I don't want to risk it. Yeah, we're cooking up some dinner real quick, hopefully get it in before the storm comes. Luckily, you know, with the state campground you get a picnic table, so got all of our stuff all about, but I'm sure.
We're having a bit of a slumber party tonight.
Right, yes.
I have no trees to put up a hammock.
Alex has nowhere to put his hammock, so he's got to stay in the tent with me. Luckily, I bring, I think it's considered a 2.5 person tent or something like that. But it's plenty big enough for 2 people. I mean, we'll be close, but not that close. All right, it's morning day 3 here on our trip. As you can see from the lightning flashing behind me and the sounds of the rain, it is storming. It's approximately 6 in the morning right now. We have about another 3 hours to 4 hours until the outfitters that we chose can come and pick us up, because they don't open till 9 and they're still 35 to 45 minutes away. Luckily, we made the longer trip yesterday and decided to come all the way to our takeout point just in case the storm was bad, because this would absolutely suck to have to paddle in. So at least the tent here is keeping us dry. We're doing our best to, you know, wait out this storm. What are you gonna do? Alright, definitely was a rough morning and night trying to sleep through that storm, as you saw earlier, but we have a break in the weather. We're going to go ahead and get the tent taken down, get all the... Sorry, I'm still getting bit up by mosquitoes out here. Gonna get the tent taken down and get all the gear packed up, call the outfitters, and that'll be it for us. It's been 3 days, 2 nights here on the Manistique River. Thanks for watching the Great Lakes Outdoor Project, and stay tuned for more episodes and adventures just like this one.